It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC East rivals. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's coming up next.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And away we go at the link. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Kate, it's not often that we talk about quarterbacks having a nose for the end zone in football. It's usually reserved for the running backs. But Jalen Hurts has changed that conversation. He has so much power, so much strength. You get him into the short yardage situations or around the goal line, he finds a way to get in. But it's not just there. He's got a deep ball that's the envy of many. He's elevated his teammates around him, and he's got a skill set that I know a lot of quarterbacks would sure love to have.
Completed left side to Smith. They get 13 on the pickup, and that's good for an Eagles first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, he had a chance to pull up and avoid the hit, Brock, but we knew the outcome from the moment he decided not to and made contact. That flag came out. Never a good time to rough the passer, Brock, but 3rd down, that hurts even more. Gives him the first. Running it after the penalty. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
The Eagles inside the red zone for the first time. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Changing things up. They're going to throw now. Pass caught by Johnson. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 15, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They've made it to 1st and goal on their opening drive, hoping to start this game with 6. Here's an option play right side. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So now the Cowboys getting an opportunity to send their offense out for the first time. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
They run for the first time with a rookie from Clemson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Going to the ground again on first. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Dak out of the pistol. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. He's running for it. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. First down, here's Dak. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. This is complete. Jalen Tolbert. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. With third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Dak now from the gun. And what a risk, but he can't hang on. No interception, but nearly a turnover in the end zone.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Another throw for Prescott. And the connection was there, but he couldn't hang on. It should have been a first down, but instead, it's going to be fourth.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. A very short kick here from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. On first down, Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They start out with a 2nd and 3. Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Able to get it to Barkley. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 9. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st and 10 from the 41. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. Brought in right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll motion Brown right. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. Crosses the 35, still got more room. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's Hurts. Able to find Dotson here. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
A new set of downs awaits them. Here's first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. And the drive will start out with a first and 10. From the gun is Prescott. And the first down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And that'll bring up second down.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, I love this, Kate, from an offense. Just philosophically, stretching that secondary out with your tight end. Even still, one of the deeper targets you're going to see him get. It's a shame they couldn't quite connect.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Collects this at the 35. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And we'll see if the perfect start can continue as they try for their 3rd touchdown in 3 drives. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Motion man right is Smith. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Short pass brought in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Looking right, and he finds him. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This one's a little touch pass forward to his man coming across. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 17. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Play calling could be a little bit of a love-hate relationship. You love the first down run. You hate the 2nd down sack. And now you're in a 3rd down situation where you probably got to put it in the air.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles push their lead to 18. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. Brought in by Jake Ferguson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 37. Throwing the out route complete. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
1st and 10, Prescott. Completed over the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Dak throwing again. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. This ball's caught by Pickens. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. This is brought in along the sideline. High degree of difficulty for a short gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. He hit his first one. His second one's coming from inside of 40. Gay's kick is good. And that lowers the deficit to 15.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring a touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. Looks like they'll play it safe with a run to the outside. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report.
We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback, that's Jalen Hurts. He threw 2 touchdown passes, ran for another, as his guys have the lead at halftime.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Dallas with its offense headed out for our first possession of the half. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 now from the 30. here's the lone back on the handoff. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Dak now from the gun. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Dak to the air here. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Sidney Brown in on that stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They give it to him again. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Zach Bond with the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
A humble 5-6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Back to the well again. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
They've got first down from the 31. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Finds him over the middle. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They'll try and punch it in. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys cut into the lead coming out of halftime. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6.
Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs who become fan favorites, we've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their peers, are the ones who just fight through that stop. It will not be denied of a touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys get it back to within one score.
Cowboys 13.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Now Hurts on 3rd and long. That pass caught by Johnson. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Cowboys and this running back headed back out for a new series. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Prescott set to pass. That throw finds Pickens. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
2nd and 3 now. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's brought down for a loss. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Back to throw. Here's Dak. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. That's taken at the 15. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Eagles will take possession. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Hurts. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there, no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Takes off right out of the read option. And he'll only drive this forward to around the 26. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
The Eagles are in punt formation. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. First and 10 now from the 30. Blown back gets the handoff. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Dak off the play fake. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Prescott. It's caught, Ferguson. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. So after some careful consideration, they're going to go ahead and decline the penalty. Throwing on first is Prescott. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
We've learned how valuable sacks and a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball. And they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
All right, here we go. Second down. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Gotta figure out this third down here. Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front seven telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Cowboys trail by 8. Offense staying on the field. This is fourth down. He'll throw it. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Quarterback's so worried about challenging the DBs in coverage, he didn't keep an eye on the lineman in front of him. He threw it right towards him, and it was easy to get a pop and swat away a potential first down.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. No surprises here. Defense quick to stop that clock. We've got 1:53 left in this game. Second and 6 coming up here. From the gun, Johnson. And they make the stop with the 46. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Setting up to pass. Buys time, rolling right. Oh, he's gonna run for it! And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to get this to the 29 before he stopped. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal.
So beneath a chorus of fly, Eagles fly. It's a win for the Eagles. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days. Always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.